Hello, everyone. Welcome to Navigating College and Careers session with our speakers, Megan Williams and Becky Bailey. I am Chelsea Hunt, your host for this session. A few friendly reminders during the session. Please make sure your microphone is turned off so that it does not interrupt our wonderful speakers. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat or save them until the Q&A session or when prompted. And please complete the session feedback form on the Whova app or website in your agenda. You will also receive a conference survey on March 11th. We thank you so very much for attending and hope you enjoy this session.
Hi, everyone. My name is Megan Williams. I am so happy to be here today and talk with you about how to navigate through college and careers. So I'm going to show you how to do that, but also how to navigate through this platform. So what we use is Google Slides, and we wanted to do this to make it interactive so that if you would like this link to share with any students, to share with other teachers or administrators, you are welcome to do that, and the students can actually navigate this system as well. So it's really cool. And like I said, you can upload it to your Google Classroom. Along with, since COVID started, you know that it has gone virtual. So this makes it easily acceptable. All right. So looking at this first slide, you can see that we do have Pistol Pete's. So anytime you see a Pistol Pete, those are all, you can click on it for plan of studies, for other information that you might want to view. We also have the home icon. So anytime you want to go back to a previous slide, you can do that as well. And we have live information sessions. So if students wanted to schedule a live visit with Becky or I, they are welcome to do that. They would just click on the live video and you can schedule that with us. So it's really interactive and it's really fun for students. All right. So getting started. So we are going to look at College 101 and the Q&A. And Becky is going to tell you a little bit about what this is.
Okay, the first thing that students, first they're going to be nervous. They've never been to college before. Sometimes they're first generation college students. So their first question is, how do I get started? So the first thing that they need to do is apply to the university. They're going to go through the admissions office. They can do this online or they can come in person. A lot of times they'll need the high school transcript. There may be other paperwork that other universities require that we don't, or maybe we require some that they don't. So I'm not going to go into the specifics there. But basically, this is their first point of contact. So if they want to ask somebody about what degrees are available or anything, then they would kind of go through that process there, and then they would lead them to somebody in recruitment that would kind of lead them into what they are interested in and what they think they would be good at. I tell them to focus on something that they are really interested in, because that way you don't the burnout's not good. And as I say, if you focus on something. If you do something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. So not a lot of people have that, but we try to get them to think about their personalities and what would work well with them.
Yes. And I also want to throw out there that even with concurrent students, this will be the first point of contact. For all counselors, definitely contact admissions, and then they will facilitate who you need to talk to next. And so if you do come to OSUIT, that will be us as well. So we'd love to hear from you. All right. So going back, our next question that we get asked a lot is, how do I apply for FAFSA and scholarships? So definitely see the financial aid office. That should be the student's next step. With financial aid, they will go over how they can be awarded any grants. If they've done any OLAP previously, starting in 8th grade and 9th grade, definitely they will go over that as well, see what books are going to be paid for, what classes. And they also will show you how to, if you haven't already, if students haven't, how to do the process for the FAFSA. It is a free application. You can kind of see in the Pistol Pete's on the picture, they do have it. We have the application process on there. We've also put our own as well. So it gives you step by step of how to navigate that. And just like anything else, it is a long, strenuous process. So if you get with a university, they even have FAFSA nights. So you can have a representative come to your school and they can go over it with parents, with students, counselors, anybody that wants information on this. Definitely take advantage of that because it is great information. Also, so scholarships. So what's cool and that I love about OSUIT is that students are automatically put in for all scholarships that we offer. So they do not have to apply for each one. It's just an automatic once you apply. But other scholarships, definitely check out. There's local ones within stores, restaurants, also online. So what I mentioned to a lot of our students is mainly they'll see, okay, I want that $2,500 scholarship. But the thing of it is that a lot of students might see that since it's a big dollar amount, they might see that and that'll be the only one that they register or apply for. Apply for the small ones too. So there's a lot of them that might be like $100, but those add up. So have students register for as many scholarships as possible. And if they need help with that, like I have on here, there is a live icon. It is the little smartphone there. And this takes you to our financial aid office as well, and they can schedule a live session.
And also, now with financial aid, FAFSA, they want you to apply October of the year before you go into the semester. So if you want to go in FY 2022, you would apply for FAFSA in October of 2021. So that gives you plenty of time and make sure they don't run out of funds. So we encourage everybody to apply early.
Definitely.
Okay, the next thing is, where do I pay for tuition and fees? So we like to tell them that the bursar's office, and then they'll go, well, what is a bursar? Because that's not something that they grew up hearing a lot of. So we just say it's the bank for the school. So anytime they need to pay for tuition, or maybe they want to put their books on there, buy a meal plan for the university, this is where they would go. The majority of students use the online, we offer payment plans, so they use the online process for that. Most of them don't even have to go directly into the bursar's office. They can access all of this information online.
Yeah. So I like it that, and this is really good for students because when they look at this picture, they can automatically, they probably think, okay, this kind of looks like a bank. So that's what's really cool is that we call it the bank of our university. And so then students are like, okay, yes, that's what it is. So it's kind of clicks in their mind. All right. Okay, so our next question. And after they go through the application process, all of the financial processes, loans, scholarships, everything like that, the main thing students ask is, what classes am I taking? What major? I don't know what I'm doing. I just need to come to college. So definitely, and if there we go. Definitely see an advisor. An advisor helps students through everything, any problems that they might have, starting from let's choose a major. What are you interested in? What do you want your career to be? Like, whether it's in the healthcare or business or education, they help you decide that. And then going on is for enrollment, okay? So they also outline like a plan of study or a degree audit. What classes do I need to take to fulfill that program or that degree? So definitely check with an advisor once you start the program, once you start your major, Also, just to keep on track, they also now help to maintain like grades. So we work with our students a lot here at OSUIT to make sure that they're on track. Um, so if we do a DWI rate or DFWI rate, and so that way we can see, okay, if they're making like a C, maybe they need a little extra push, especially with COVID, since everything's went virtual. It's kind of gotten relaxed. And so they just need that extra push to get to studying. And so that is a big thing that we do here. So we keep them on track all the way through graduation. So we want to make sure that they are going to graduate, that um, they're at that rate. They're right there to get that degree. And then we make sure that they are ready to transfer to a 4-year university after they get their associate, or they're ready to start the workforce. So here at OSUIT, we do have trade programs. I'm going to go over a couple of those here in just a little bit. But so say they wanted to do high voltage or um, be in like natural gas, something like that. They can join the workforce right after their associate. But also transferring to a 4-year university, we show them like what colleges you can go for your major, and then we prepare you for that as well. So definitely see an advisor throughout your entire program, through your entire major until you join the workforce.
And another thing that I'd like to mention is that if a student is on financial aid, it is very important that they pay attention to their degree plan of study, because financial aid will not pay for classes that are not included in their degree plan of study. So sometimes we can make substitutions, but sometimes that may not be an option. So it's very important to encourage students to check with their advisor if there's ever any question, any doubt, if they just want to make sure they're on the right page, because we don't want them to be left holding that bill when they weren't expecting to have to pay anything on that.
Definitely. All right. So our last question.
Okay, it's like, how do I register for a dorm room? And that is a big deal because, we do offer, student housing and also family housing. So, we have entire families living on campus. They want to know, will I have a roommate? Do I have to share a restroom? Things like that. And who do I need to contact? And so we would lead them into our residential life people, and then they would help the student decide what they want, what they need, what they're asking for. There is an application online that they have to do, but if they need to contact people, they do have people available at all times. And so we try to keep the students engaged at all times. So I like to tie this housing in with the student life process, because we have fishing tournaments here. We have basketball tournaments, softball teams, and even in October, we have trick or treat. We have a little booth set up, so faculty and staff, as well as the students, if they have children, they can bring them along, and then they get little treats, and it's not necessarily always candy, but we do try to give them some treats to try to include everybody, because we realize when somebody's going to college and you have a family, it's a sacrifice for everybody. And so, we want to acknowledge that they are making that sacrifice for their parents to get through the university and, get a college degree. So any holidays, we try to have something available for everybody. But back to trick-or-treating, in the evening, we sometimes have fright night. So sometimes we have to put labels because, high school graduates, and college students, they want scary. So we kind of have to say, hey, enter at your own risk, or maybe not be suitable for younger people, because they do try to outdo each other. We have all these student clubs that want to participate, and so they all want to outdo each other and who can scare who the most. We also have blood drives, which which is an important part of the college experience, is to learn to think outside of yourself. Giving back to the community. We also do BMI testing because they may not eat the best when they're here and they're not having their mother say, you need to eat your vegetables. So that is something that, so that kind of brings it, maybe I need to eat some cauliflower and broccoli every once in a while. So it kind of brings their attention to something like that. So there are a lot of things that student can do. It's just not academia. We offer fun things, student clubs that they can get involved in.
Yeah, I wanted to throw out there about our sports. So, like she said, we do have sports, but what is so cool, because I'm a sports fanatic, when I was in college, I loved to go and play different, like, soccer and basketball. And well, I got here and I've never heard of cornhole until I got to this university. And it's like a big deal. But what is awesome is that they join in, like our faculty and staff, they will get their own team. And so that's so cool for students because they're like, oh my goodness, they are supporting us. They're doing what we're doing. And then they can go to their class and be like, we so won. So I love that here. It's so much fun and it's a lot of fun for our students. All right. So I do want to, before we move on, I want to open this up to if anybody has any questions. All right. So y'all must got all that information. We're doing pretty good.
No
Okay.
stone left unturned there.
So moving on to Icap connection to OSU IT. So I'm sure many of you have heard of the term or the acronym Icap. So that is getting pretty big in Oklahoma. So what we did is we took different categories out of the list of the Icap, about 16. We took 6 of those and we correlated them with the programs that we have here at OSU IT. So we have the environmental and agricultural, business, communication, engineering, health science, and human resources. So I'm going to show you the first one. And like I said, this is all interactive. So within the School of Arts and Science, which Becky and I are under here at OSU IT, these are a list of the 4 programs that would fit under the environmental and agricultural systems. But like I said earlier, we do have other programs on our campus, so definitely take a look at those as well. So we are incorporating those into ours, and that should be out soon. But here are the ones for School of Arts, Science, and Health. We have Allied Health Science, Business, Culinary Arts, and Pre-Professional Studies. So I'm not going to take a look at each one. All of them look like this, but I did want to mention that it is interactive. So if you do want this link to this program, you can click on absolutely everything. So it's really cool. So let's take a look at what our programs are. So let's start with Allied Health Science. Okay. So I love Google Slides and I love Bitmojis. They are so much fun. So I made this like a radiography, radiography office, radiography room. Because so when we gear our programs to a career, this is what you could go into. This is just one option of what you could go into with the Allied Health Science degree. So you could do nursing, you could do speech, you could do sonography. I mean, there's so many. Allied Health is a broad range of your science courses. So like anatomy, physiology, microbiology. It's just a broad range that you can take and get your associate in, but take it to any other university in Oklahoma. Or you can take it to a trade like radiography. So it's really cool. Speaking of radiography, they are on a point-based system if they're wanting to go that route. So if the students get their full associate degree, if they get the 2 years, they can take that, and that's automatic points towards that point system. So it's really cool, and we really try and push the students to fulfill that 2 years. But like I had earlier, so you can see that we do have videos. It goes into a little bit more depth of what allied health is, but they can branch off into anything in the healthcare field if they go with this degree. Or science, they can go into like biology, be a doctor, anything like that. It's really good for our students. Okay, our next program that we have
is business. This is a very popular degree here at OSU IT, simply because every organization has a business department. I mean, you're going to have money coming in, money going out. You need to understand that process. So our AS degree in business just gives us a basic overview of how organization works. And you can go into human resource management, healthcare administration, risk management, strategic management. There's all different fields that you can branch out into. Marketing. It's just it's a kind of a expansive list of what you can do as far as a business degree. And I try to, I have had some students say, I just want an associate's, I just want to do this. And so I'll just give them a breakdown of like, okay, since I'm the student success and career advisor, I try to help them see past this, the first step, and just say, okay, what do you want to do with your career? I mean, where do you want to be? If you just want an associate, you might be able to get an assistant job in HR or accounts payable or something. You might be able to make $15 an hour or so. But if you go on and get your bachelor's, then that's going to increase to, let's say, approximately 50,000. And then if you want to go on to your master's, then the growth is exponential, and they can, the sky is the limit. So my job is to help them to see past today because some people's like, I'm just tired of school, I just don't want to do it. But when you break it down into how their lifestyle, how they want to live, then it helps them to see, yes, if I want to do that, then I need to invest now while I'm young and don't have any other responsibilities. And even though we do have non-traditional students because they didn't want to go to school when they were younger. So it's kind of gives us an opportunity to discuss what they want out of their life, what they want to do with their life.
Yeah. And I will mention, so one typical question that I get asked a lot about our business is, from this major, how do I go about getting a degree in accounting or marketing? So like Becky stated, that this is a broad overview of what business is. So you will have your accounting, your economics, different classes like that. But then when you go for your bachelor's, you can actually major within those specific fields. So it's kind of like specializing. So we do mention that to them as well. And I wanted to state down here in the right-hand corner, those are all the categories that you can click on. And then what's really cool about these Bitmojis is they are geared towards our actual faculty. So if students see these beforehand, they can be like, oh my goodness, I saw you on one of these. This is my instructor. So that's pretty neat. All right, so our next program, and I love this one, our next program is our Culinary Arts. We have a full Culinary Arts program here at OSU IT. So what's cool is that they learn everything from food studies to baking and pastry. They learn how to create like huge chocolate sculptures. So they learn how to cook a 5-star meal. They learned how to prepare the dining operations. They learn how to use the latest technology for fully equipped kitchens. Just everything that they'll need to know going out. We have them going on cruise ships, anything you can think of. They go study abroad. And so we've had a few go to France and learn. I mean, it's really cool stuff. We have a restaurant here on our campus. It's called the State Room. And so Yes, I see some nodding, so come check it out. It's delicious, but it's really cool because our students are the ones that's actually preparing the food. And pre-COVID, we did have it to where anybody could come in and eat, and it was like this huge buffet. So we're hoping to get back there hopefully soon. Right now, we do have takeout services. So they can still prepare your food, and then they will to bring it out to your car, but anybody can still come and enjoy this. It's absolutely delicious. Also, it's just an amazing opportunity for the student. So if they are going to a tech center, we're making it available that they can take those courses and come to our culinary department and get even further in their learning. So that would be some PLA credit that they could do. But yeah, come check us out. They do some great stuff here.
One of those is the aquaponics that they created. So they have the fish in one tank, and then they're growing their vegetable lettuce or whatever, trying to show the whole process. So they're used to that. So that was very interesting to me how it all worked, because that is like on trend right now. Everyone is wanting to be able to know that they're what's in their food, and so if they can have the whole process, the fish, the vegetables, it's kind of interesting to see the whole process.
Yeah. And who doesn't like food? I mean, I think about it 24/7. All right. Okay, so next, moving on, this is another one of our applied science degrees, just like our culinary arts. It is a full RN degree. And so, what I mean by applied science is both of these degrees are hands-on learning. So, what our nursing is, the first year will be here on our campus. So, they will learn the theory, they will be able to work with and they're called dummies that are here, but they will be able to administer IVs, check circulation, blood pressure, temperature. We even have one that is absolutely incredible. It can give birth. I think that is phenomenal. Yes. So, and anybody kind of comes check it out. It's so cool. But it's really good experience for our students because then the second year is when they go out for their clinicals. And so they'll rotate through the hospital, through nursing homes, through clinics. At the hospital, they'll rotate through neonatal, surgery, ER, every department. But we want to prepare our students before they go out into that field. But yeah, this is a full RN degree. What we also have is a bridge program. So for tech centers, if you allow LPN certificates, the students can take that LPN and bring it to our university, and they will automatically be put into their second year of RN school. So yeah, so we have a lot of different options for our nursing program. And then they prepare you for the state boards. So they will be a registered nurse. And just like, you can see they are needed. So it is amazing.
And did you address they give COVID shots? They help, the local hospital and clinics if people want a flu shot or the COVID vaccine, then they assist with that. So they get actual hands-on experience here at OSUIT.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that's amazing that they get to go out and help, especially right now. That's incredible.
Right. Pre-education. Now, this is also a popular degree, but this mainly just focuses on your general education requirements. And then if they think they want to teach like at the elementary level, secondary, or early child development, it just kind of prepares them for what's to come in the next phase when they do try to go for their bachelor's degree. We try to focus on the 4x12s where they need their science, English, math, and social studies, and then try to also prepare them for the OGET certification. So it kind of helps them get an idea of what what they're going to be doing, because we try to provide some kind of, you know, videos and things that they can look at to see what it would be actually like in a pre-ed class.
Yeah. All right.
The next one is pre-professional studies. This is also a very popular degree because sometimes we just don't know what we want to be when we grow up. So we go and our mom and dad are wanting us to go to college and we're like, I don't know what to do. Well, pre-professional studies would fit the bill for that because it's very versatile and you can go in any direction you want. I had an advisor from OSU Stillwater tell me that she absolutely loved this degree because you can gear it. When you start figuring out, okay, this is what I want to do, into engineering, information technologies, even in business. It runs the gamut. But if you don't know what you really don't know what you want to do, then this is the degree for you because it is limitless.
Yes. And it's transferable. You can take this to any school in Oklahoma. I mean, that's what I love, is that there's so many opportunities.
True.
All right. So that is the second category. Does anybody have any questions so far? All right. We are doing fantastic. Okay, so our next and our last one is called Get There From Here. So I love this one, and I will show you why. So this shows our students that you start here at OSUIT, you get your full associate, so your first 2 years, and then you can take this degree anywhere. I put on some of our major universities, our bigger 4-year universities that we have, and you can transfer your degree to any of these universities. Also, like I said earlier, you can take it to a trade school. You can take it to a 2-year university. I mean, there's so many opportunities that you can take this degree. So I'm going to show you OSU Stillwater. Okay, so what I did was I looked at, the courses that we offer, the programs, but I also looked at the programs that each of these universities offer as well. So I outlined them and categorized them to what you need with our degree, but what will it transfer to that university? So, for instance, animal science, biochemistry. So if you have students that's what they want to go into, we can say, okay, so you are more outlined for the allied health science degree here at OSUIT. And like I said earlier, everything you can click on. So I'm going to click on animal science. And this is a printable version that you can print off for students. You can hand it out, share it with everybody. So this outlines our classes. So on the left-hand corner, and I will scroll down for you. On the left-hand side, this shows all the classes, just like a plan of study or a degree audit, all the classes that the students will need to fulfill for the Allied Health Science degree at OSUIT. On the right are the classes that they would transfer to going to Stillwater, OSU Stillwater. So I did this for all of those programs for all the universities in Oklahoma. So it is very helpful for our students and especially for prospective students. So if they haven't applied to OSUIT and they want to see like a degree audit, this makes it very good and that they can see what exactly do I need to take. Also, it has the credit hours that each class is. And at the bottom, it has advising information. So say they go into allied health science and they're thinking that they want to do animal science or they're thinking they want to do biology, but then they decide, okay, this isn't it. This isn't what I want to do. So, like I said earlier, go see an advisor. So that's why I put their advisor information for OSU Stillwater. So they can just click directly on this link and go straight to that advisor. Also, I put if they don't know what they're wanting to do, if they change their mind, they're wanting to look into something else, look into like business or pre-education. Um, I put their catalog as well. And like I said, this is for every university in Oklahoma has this information and on every program. So it's really cool and it makes it very easy to navigate and great information for our students. So that kind of wraps up what we have today. And like I said, if you would like this program, definitely let me know and I can get this out to you. And we have loved visiting with you today and sharing what we have done. And I hope you enjoyed. But do y'all
Yes.
have any questions?
And one thing I want to add is that community college, which is what OSU IT is a good place for students to go kind of transition from high school and not go to quite as big of a university as OSU Stillwater. So it kind of gets their, lets them dip their toe in the water and see if this is the best place for me. And it's usually more effective, for the students, it's more affordable, fewer students, better faculty to student ratio. So there's really a lot of benefits to that, and it is a good preparation for you to go to a four-year university. So that was just kind of my added input as far as community college, because sometimes people, because if you go to OSU IT, you still get the branding of OSU because we're just a branch of OSU Stillwater. So you technically are still with the OSU education system.
Yes,
You're still a cowboy, as we say, go Pokes, right?
definitely. And I am on responding. I just looked at the chat and thank you so much. I love that you enjoyed this program.
Yes.
And like I said, if you would like it, definitely I can share it with anybody. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you both, Megan and Becky, for sharing your expertise. Everyone, we hope you've enjoyed the Four Counselors Only conference and have a wonderful rest of your day.